The date is January 24th, 2025. You're ready to have a nice, relaxing Friday night before waking up to watch the Avs in Boston the next morning. Then, all of a sudden, you hop on Twitter and see that Colorado is actively in the process of trading their 50-goal superstar, Mikko Rantanen. Little did you know that that would go down as one of the best moves GM Chris MacFarland has made so far with the Avalanche. Martin Necas was selected 12th overall by the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2017 NHL Draft. Marty would spend 8 years with Carolina, playing a full-time role in 6 of them. He finally broke out in the 22-23 season, putting up 71 points through all 82 games played. He would slow down a bit the following year before beginning the 24-25 season red hot. When the Avs visited Carolina in December of 2024, Necas actually led McKinnon in the scoring race at that point. And little would we know that just over a month and a half later, Marty would be joining McKinnon back in Denver. When the trade went down, there was speculation from pretty much everybody around the league. Not very often does the team trading a superstar player end up winning that trade. However, Necas would quickly find his footing with the Avs, putting up 9 points in his first 8 games with the team. Necas and McKinnon just seemed to play off of each other perfectly, creating a connection that was just too quick and elusive for opposing teams to defend. However, the final couple months of the season would be very up and down for the Czech native. He would end the regular season with 28 points through 30 games with the Avs, and heading into the playoffs, the major question was, could he get it done when the games really meant something? He always struggled in the postseason with Carolina, so the real test would come in Colorado's massive first-round matchup against Dallas. It turned out to be a very average series for Necas. He had a couple of really good games, such as Game 1 and Game 6, along with a couple of other average games to go with it. He ended up with 5 points in 7 games, but I think that people kind of over-exaggerate how bad he was. Unfortunately, Mikko Rantanen's Game 6 and 7 performances just really stick out and kind of overshadow Marty's play. Necas had a very respectable series, along with a massive goal in Game 6. However, coming into this season, there were some serious rumors that Necas had not enjoyed his time in Colorado and may not re-sign at the end of the season. However, the Marty Party would put those rumors to bed very quickly, starting the season with a 2-goal performance in LA on opening night and putting up 12 points in the first 8 games of the season. He was able to rekindle that connection with McKinnon, and on October 30th, Necas would lock it in, inking an 8-year, $11.5 million contract with the Avs. Avs faithful could finally breathe, knowing that they would avoid another Rantanen situation with Necas this time. Now it's April, and Necas just recorded his 100th point of the season for the first time in his career. We're a couple days away from the start of the playoffs, and now one of the biggest questions from people around the league once again is, can Marty Necas continue to do this in the playoffs? The biggest knock on Marty throughout his career is that he's just too inconsistent and he can't get it done in the postseason. He has a track record of putting up 25 points in 15 games and then following it up with 5 points in the next 15. He also has just 35 points through 66 career playoff games. Necas thrives in open space, using his speed and quick transitional skills to evade defenders and find an open guy. However, defenders are typically able to take away that time and space that you have in the postseason with a tighter, more physical style of game. So, the question is, can Necas keep up his great play through the postseason? My answer is a very quick yes. Necas has been on another level this year, and there are multiple reasons as to why I think that he's going to continue to be on a different level come postseason time. Number 1 is his consistency. Unlike other years, Necas has been extremely consistent. His longest streak without a point this year is just 3 games, which happened only 1 time. Very few nights has he been unnoticeable for Colorado. You want to know what you're going to get out of your star players every night come playoff time. This hasn't been the case for Necas most of his career, but this year he's been completely different. Another reason that I think he's going to light it up is his play at the Olympics. People have said that he disappears when the moment gets big, but that could not have been more untrue in Milan at the games. Necas finished tied for 4th in the tournament in scoring and played 1 less game than everybody else ahead of him, putting up 8 points through just 5 games. If that wasn't impressive enough, he did this without playing next to a superstar. He started the tournament playing on a line with David Pastrnak in Game 1, but was quickly moved to his own line for the rest of the tournament. He would mainly play with David Kampf and Ondrej Kase, making his play all that much more impressive. I think that the consistency he has shown and the performance he had in Milan should tell us everything we need to know going into the playoffs this year. I believe that the main reason he's been able to show so much improvement is just his confidence in shooting the puck this year. Necas has typically been known as more of a disher, often giving up good looks and trying to find teammates. However, while he's still been a premier passer this season, he's added his lethal shot to his toolbox as well, putting up a career-high 38 goals. His one-timer from the left circle has been one of the most crucial parts of a revived Avalanche power play since the Olympic break. Marty, being willing to shoot the puck, tells me he believes in himself more now than he ever has, and he's ready to go on an absolute heater this year in the postseason. But let me know what you think. Do you think Marty's going to stay hot as we enter deeper into May and maybe even June? Or do you think that he's going to cool off like he usually does? Let me know, and I want to say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.